I am no longer only whispering to you. I am calling you with a clear call so that you will stop before passing by the important thing I want to place in your heart. My child, listen to me in this moment with stillness and honesty. For there are moments that should not be swept away by the hurried habits of life. I do not speak to you to make you tremble, nor do I draw near to you with anger that makes you want to hide. I come as a father who has many times placed his hand upon your shoulder, many times reminded you with gentleness, many times sent you very small feelings so that you would know you needed to slow down. Look deeper and return to what I am teaching. But you have been busy, weary, and have allowed the noises around you to drown out the call within. And today, I want to draw you out of that distraction with a warning full of love. Perhaps you have ignored very gentle signs before. A sense of unease when you were about to make a decision. A prompting within telling you not to speak too quickly. Not to trust too quickly. Not to step through that door too quickly. A heaviness after a conversation. An emptiness after a choice that seemed harmless. A strange silence whenever you tried to convince yourself that everything was fine. You told yourself you were only overthinking, that you were too sensitive, that tomorrow would be different. But I tell you that not every unease is weakness. Sometimes it is protection knocking at the door. Not every interruption is an annoyance. Sometimes it is grace stopping you from something that has not yet been made clear. I have tried to speak with you many times, not because I lack patience, but because I see what you have not yet fully seen. I see a turning point drawing near. I see a word, a choice, a connection, a habit, or a direction that could change the rhythm of your steps in the coming days. I do not want you to pass through it in a clouded state, nor do I want weariness to decide for you instead of wisdom. You have prayed for a way to open, waited for an answer, longed for a miracle, asked me to turn around what seemed blocked. But sometimes, my answer does not first come through something great on the outside. It comes through an inward reminder. Be awake. Realign your heart. Stop before you exchange your peace for something that only looks attractive for a moment. My beloved child, what may happen tonight does not need to be understood as a disaster that makes you afraid, but as a moment of revealing that helps you stay awake. There are things that, when they come near the light, will reveal their true nature. There are people, circumstances, or opportunities that will show you clearly what was once unclear. There are doors you thought were blessings, but when I shine my light, you will recognize that they do not carry the fragrance of peace. There are also doors you thought had closed, but I am opening them in a quieter, deeper, more timely way. Therefore, I am not telling you to panic. I am telling you to be present. Pay attention. Place your heart in my hands instead of letting it be pulled by fear, hustle, or the voices of people. I know you have waited for too long. I know there are things you have prayed for, longed for, and held in your heart like an unfulfilled promise. I know you fear missing what is good. The fear that if you fail to do one thing correctly, the blessing will disappear. But listen to me carefully. What comes from me is not built on the manipulation of fear. I do not hang my love over one moment to make you frantically grasp for it. I do not make my grace fragile like mist. ready to vanish the moment you become careless. What I have for you is kept in my faithfulness, but you need an awakened heart to recognize it. A pure heart, so you do not choose what is falsely disguised as blessing, and an obedient heart to follow the light when I show the way. The noises of the world have distracted you for a long time. They tell you that you must be faster, prove more, chase what others have. Seize every opportunity, even when your heart has no peace. They make you forget how to sit still before me. They make you accustomed to scrolling past your own life, past the signs in your heart, past gentle reminders, even past the weariness that is asking to be healed. My child, I do not want you to live like someone dragged along by every sound out there. I want you to learn again the art of listening. When you listen, you will see that there are things you no longer need to pursue. There are invitations you do not need to accept. There are concerns you do not need to carry. There are doors you do not need to regret when they close. If tonight there is a movement, let it meet you in a posture of peace. Let your heart be clean from haste. Let your words slow down. Your decisions become clearer, and your reactions become gentler. Do not let one moment of impatience damage what I have quietly built within you. Do not let an old fear control you and make you return to the place I have drawn you out of many times. Do not let one small distraction cause you to miss my greater calling. There are times when the most important thing you can do is not to run in search of an answer, but to stand still long enough for the answer to be illuminated. Not to speak much, but to listen more deeply. Not to hold more tightly, but to release what I am telling you to release. You once thought that if I truly wanted to speak to you, I would make everything bright, shaking, and impossible to miss. But many times I come in quietness. I come through a feeling that urges you to return. I come through peace, leaving a place so that you know that place no longer fits. I come through a healthy weariness that makes you unable to continue living in the old way. I come through a reminder that seems very simple, but keeps echoing in your heart. And when you keep ignoring the small things, I must speak more clearly, not to wound you, but so that you will not continue moving farther away from the life I am inviting you to enter. Let this warning become a door of return, not a wall of condemnation. If you have missed the whispers before, today you can still listen. If you have taken a few wrong steps, today you can still stop. If you have allowed your heart to be filled with noise, today you can still return to holy silence. I do not come to remind you that you have failed. I come to remind you that you are still being guided. I do not come to make you believe that everything is about to be lost. I come to help you recognize what is truly worth keeping, what needs to be handed back, and what needs to be corrected before the new season opens. Therefore, my beloved child, stop before me. Lay down the phone inside your heart, meaning lay down distraction, comparison, haste, and the need for outward validation. Ask me honestly, what are you avoiding? What have I reminded you of many times, yet you still delay? What are you afraid to release because it is familiar, even though it no longer brings peace? What must you do today to step back into the order of grace? When you ask in this way, I will not be silent toward you. I will answer with peace, with clarity, with one small but firm step. and with courage to do what is right, without needing everyone to understand immediately. I am near you in this hour. What is about to be revealed is not greater than my love, not beyond my power, not outside my care. You do not need to fear what will come while you are in my hands. You only need to stay awake, remain tender-hearted, and be ready for me to redirect you. Let tonight become the night when you no longer scroll past my call. Let it become the night when you receive holy attention again. Receive the ability to hear again. Receive the courage to obey in peace again. I am not tired of loving you. My love does not run dry. But I am calling you solemnly, because I do not want you to miss the very life, restoration, and opened way that you have prayed for so long. Remain in me, my child, and you will see that what I warn you about today is the very way I protect your tomorrow. I am your Lord, and when something concerning the life within you becomes serious, I will not speak in vague words that leave you guessing. I will draw near, name what is happening, and speak to you with the honesty of a father who loves you too deeply to watch you continue walking in weariness without being awakened. My beloved child, I know you are exhausted. I know there are days when you no longer feel as strong as before. Nights when you try to pray but words catch in your chest. Moments when you look around and wonder whether I am still truly near you, whether I am still watching every step you take, whether my hand still protects you as you once believed. Doubt has slipped into the cracks of your heart, not loudly, but persistently, causing you to begin looking at my promise through the mist of pain. And in this hour, I want you to hear clearly, yes, I am still here. I have never left you. I have never let go of your life. Even in seasons when you could no longer feel the warmth of my presence as before. But my child, I must also speak something to you honestly. I have tried to speak with you many times, but you pushed me outside through busyness, sorrow, self-protection, and noises you allowed to become louder than my voice. I placed within you gentle reminders, unease to draw you back, pauses to make you stop, people and circumstances to help you recognize that I was calling, but you allowed pain to speak louder than my promise. You allowed old memories to cast a shadow over what I am making new. You allowed fear to stand before faith like a closed gate, causing you to hesitate before the steps I had prepared for you. I do not say this to condemn you, because I know why you are tired. I know why you are guarded. I know why it is hard for you to believe again after being disappointed so many times. But my love does not only comfort you where you lie down, my love also calls you to rise before what is coming shakes you. There is something drawing near that will test your steadiness. But I do not allow it to come in order to destroy you. I want to use this very shaking to awaken you. There are winds that are not meant to knock the tree down, but to teach its roots that they need to go deeper. There are disturbances that are not meant to steal your peace, but to reveal the places where you have misplaced your trust. I do not want you to fear what is coming. I want you to be awake. I do not want you to shrink back in panic. I want you to return to my presence. When everything around you begins to move, you will need more than your own understanding. You will need my voice, my guidance, and a heart soft enough to hear and humble enough to obey. What keeps you standing is not your ability to control every situation, but your willingness to lean on me when everything moves beyond your hands. I saw you pass through storms and still try to praise me. I saw you lift words of gratitude while your eyes were still wet. I saw you keep faith even when the answer had not yet come, still choosing to return to me, even when there were times you did not understand why everything was taking so long. That has not been overlooked. Not one moment of your faithfulness has been forgotten before me. You had many chances to give up, to say you could not continue, to turn your back on the narrow path and choose what was easier. But you did not. You remained. You breathed through the pain. You took one more step when even you were not sure you still had strength. That kind of faith is not as small as you think. That kind of faith touches heaven. That kind of faith causes me to look upon you with tenderness, because it was not born in ease, but in the fire of testing, amid tears. In the days when you had to choose to believe without clear evidence before your eyes. And because I see that faith, I want you to understand one important thing. Your breakthrough is not delayed in the sense of being forgotten. It is taking deeper root. You think everything is standing still, but in truth, I am working in the foundation. You think the answer is slow, but in truth, I am preparing you so that when the answer comes, it will not overwhelm you. You think the door has not opened because you are unworthy, but in truth, I am making your feet steadier, your heart cleaner, and your understanding deeper, so that when you step through, you will not carry old fears into the new land. I do not only want to give you an outward miracle. I want to build within you a person who can stand firm inside that miracle without losing peace. Humility, or my voice amid the blessings I entrust to you. You have leaned on your own understanding for too long, and it has made you weary. You try to guess the road, calculate every possibility in advance, protect yourself from every wound, explain things only I can fully see. But the more tightly you grasp, the more stretched your heart becomes. The more you try to control, the more easily fear controls you. I do not blame you for trying to survive. I know you had to hold yourself together through many seasons. But now I am calling you into another rhythm of life, not living by tension, but by surrender, not walking by worry, but by trust, not holding every broken piece in your hands, but placing all of it into my hands, where everything can be rearranged with wisdom and mercy. I do not only want you to hand me the easy parts. I do not only want you to offer the things you are already ready to release. I want everything. I want the fear you still hide. I want the plan you still keep aside in case I do not move the way you hope. I want the concern that keeps circling through your nights. I want the wound that makes it hard for you to trust. I want the anger you try to cover with a smile. I want even the unanswered questions, the unformed prayers, the dreams you put away because you feared they were too big for you. Bring all of it to me, not because I want to take something precious from you, but because in my hands, what is broken can be healed, what is tangled can be reordered, and what seemed dead can be made new. Surrender is not failure. My beloved, surrender is the moment when you stop fighting me and begin allowing me to fight for you. Surrender is when you no longer use pain as evidence that I am distant, but allow me to enter that very pain and speak healing. Surrender is when you say, I do not understand everything, but I trust you. Father, I do not see the whole road, but I trust the one who leads the way. I no longer have enough strength to hold everything, so I place everything in your hands. When you do this, a new peace will begin to flow into you. Not because every question is answered immediately, but because you no longer have to carry them alone. So hear me now. Do not let the coming shaking make you panic. Let it bring you back to me. Do not let doubt continue building a wall between you and the promise. Let me remind you that I am still here, still caring, still protecting, still guiding, still writing your story with faithfulness. You do not need to pretend that you are not tired. Bring that weariness to me. You do not need to pretend that you are not afraid. Lay that fear at my feet. You do not need to have perfect faith. Give me the faith that remains, even if it is small and trembling, and watch me make it strong. I am speaking to you now because I love you, because I do not want you to fall asleep in an important moment, because I do not want you to enter a new shift with a heart still being pulled by old pain. Come near to me again. Open your heart. Release what you cannot control. Let your breakthrough take deep root in surrender, so that when it blossoms, it will not only change your circumstances, but also make you steadier, purer, and more peaceful. I have never left. I am here, nearer than your breath, more patient than every delay, stronger than every storm, and more merciful than everything you have ever feared. What comes tonight may astonish you, but my beloved child, it is not a coincidence outside my foreknowledge. Listen to me in the quiet of your heart, because what is drawing near is not merely a passing disturbance, nor a meaningless shaking. It is the final touch upon the places you have tried to hold on to for too long. The last call before a new season begins to open over your life. There are doors that cannot open if your hands are still gripping the key of fear. There are blessings that cannot be recognized if your eyes are still covered by bitterness, weariness, and distraction. Therefore, what you feel tonight may hurt you, may cause you to pause, may force you to face things you once avoided, but do not be afraid. True awakening often does not come like a pleasant, gentle breeze, but like a light shining directly into a place long hidden, so that you will no longer live in confusion. After tonight, you will look back and understand that this was not the moment that broke you, but the moment that changed your direction. This is the moment when you finally hear my voice again, after many days of letting the noise of the world overpower it. This is when you realize that I have been speaking for a long time through the gentle unease in your heart, through closed doors, through conversations that left you without peace, through the times when you wanted to move forward, but something within kept pulling you to stop. I was never as silent as you thought. There are times when I do not speak with a loud sound, but through a quiet prompting, through a holy weight, through the feeling that you can no longer keep living the same way. And tonight, I am gathering all those signals into one clear call: be awake. Return, and let me lead you out of what has been exhausting your heart. I know it is hard to keep trusting when you have waited for so long. I know you are tired of hoping and then being disappointed, praying and then having to be patient, standing firm and still seeing circumstances unchanged. But my child, I never asked you to carry everything alone. I never placed in your hands burdens that only my power can carry. I only told you to hand them to me. You have been holding too many things that were not yours to carry, mistakes other people made, relationships you tried to save by your own strength. The doors I closed, but you still stood before waiting for them to open again. Responsibilities that were not born from my leading, but from the fear of disappointing others. That is why your strength is fading. Not because you are weak, but because you have been trying to fix things I never told you to fix. If you let go, truly let go, you will see what my hand can do with what you call chaos. You are hiding the broken pieces because you fear others will see them. But I am not confused by your brokenness. I know how to gather what has fallen apart. I know how to build order from the place where you only see disorder. I know how to bring peace back into the inner room that has been full of noise for too long. But for me to work, you must stop clutching the things that hurt you. You must stop protecting what is draining life from you. You must stop calling control responsibility. Stop calling clinging loyalty. Stop calling fear wisdom. Lay it down before me. Not laying down one part and secretly taking it back, but giving everything to your Father, the one who knows what you need before you can speak it in words. You are not forgotten, not alone, and not abandoned. Heaven still stands firmly behind your journey. The help I sent has never left the plan I have for you. The battle may be invisible to your eyes, but my victory will be clearly revealed. There are things I stopped that you never knew about. There are words spoken against you that lost their power before they could touch you. There were traps set in darkness. But I drew you away from that path through delays you did not understand at the time. And now I am about to show you what it looks like when I fight for the one I love. Not with noise meant to attract attention, but with a powerful reversal. With exposure at the right time, with an opened way no one can deny. You cried over the people who left, but I will not allow their departure to be the end of love in your life. I am sending people who will not come to oppress you, but to cover you with prayer, sincerity, support, and a peaceful presence. You have been near people who made your heart shrink, made you doubt yourself, made you continually try to prove that you were worthy of being loved. But the new season I am leading you into will have healthier connections, where you do not have to lose yourself in order to remain. You grieved over opportunities that seemed to slip away, but I am opening doors that no mortal hand can lock. What you call an ending, I can turn into a turning point. What you call loss, I can turn into release. What you call delay, I call preparation. You are not being punished, you are being preserved. I held you back not to disappoint you, but so that you would not enter a place that had not been prepared for you. I allowed some things to slow down, not because I forgot you, but because I am adjusting the environment, the people, the timing, and even your heart. Before this night closes, you will sense something within you, a shift, a quiet pull, a lightness where there was once heaviness, a feeling as though an invisible door is opening in your heart. When you feel that, do not ignore it. Do not quickly cover it with busyness, noise, or old habits. That is me, your Father, whispering, it is time to forgive. not to legitimize what others did, but so that you are no longer tied to that wound. It is time to release, not because it was never important, but because it is no longer allowed to rule your tomorrow. It is time to trust me more than ever before. You will see that what I promised still belongs to you, not because you are perfect, not because you have never doubted, not because you have never been weak in heart, but because I am faithful. What I declared over your life cannot be cancelled by delay, by the words of others, by old failure, or by the battles you have passed through. The adversary tried to sow fear, tried to distract you, tried to make you confuse waiting with abandonment, but it has failed. It always fails before my power, because victory does not begin with your strength, but with what I have already completed. Comment 333 as a declaration of faith in this moment, as a sign that you no longer want to agree with fear, but to agree with the word I have spoken over your life. You are standing at the edge of something that may not make sense at first. It may look like a loss, a disappointment, an unexpected change for which you were not prepared. But trust me, it will become the beginning of restoration. I am pulling back the curtain from things you have not seen, from hidden motives, from quiet battles, from attacks that were delayed but still tried to touch you. I will not let them win. I will expose every trap before it has the right to harm you. I will show you what must leave, what must be closed, and what must be entrusted to me. And when the truth is revealed, do not panic. Stand still in me, because what is exposed does not come to make you collapse, but to free you from confusion. Tonight, keep your heart tender before my voice. Do not let bitterness lock the door. Do not let fear hold the key. And do not let distraction cause you to miss the gentle reminder of your Father. I am nearer to you than you feel. I am going before what is coming. I am standing behind you to guard what you cannot protect on your own. I am surrounding you with grace, so that even if there is a shaking, you will not be swallowed. My beloved child, I believe that this night is not meant to destroy you, but to bring you to the other side of uncertainty. Let me lead you. Let me loosen from your hands the things that are too heavy. Let me turn what seems like chaos into the beginning of a new season. For I love you more than you know. And what I am about to do will help you understand that even in the moment when you thought everything was shaking, my hand was still holding you tightly.